Hello everyone, it's Danielle here for Clair Designs. Today I'm back to share that Clair Designs is having a September release. My card project today is using the Sweet Halloween stamp set from the new release. This stamp set is a digital stamp set of 8. There are 5 images and 3 sentiments. It's a Halloween theme and it's not too spooky or scary at all, so it can be used, on cards, on little gifts and things like that. When I first saw this set, I immediately thought of a shaker card. I thought that would be a little fun. So this stamp set with the rest of the new release will all be available at joyclair.com. So I'm going to start with, I start by printing 4 images to one piece of cardstock, 8.5 by 11. So this will technically make 4 cards if I choose to. I'm only going to use one for this project. I'm trimming it down to 4.25 by 4.25, so it's going to be a square size card. And I'm making the card base here, and you'll see where I measure it 4.25. I scored at 4.25. It's 8.5 across, and I score at 4.25. So generally, after I trim the card panel and fold the card base, I check to see if the measurements work out, and that's what you saw there. Next, I use square stitch framelits. I'm using 2 of them. These will create the border around the image as well as be used to add my acetate. I'll adhere my acetate to that frame and that'll create the shaker component. I cut that out ×4. I do that for depth and also to make sure it's sturdy. On the top of the frame, I'm using my alcohol markers, or for the top frame, because I cut this out ×4. You'll see that in a second. On the top one, I use my alcohol marker with a color coordinated fall Halloween color. So it adds a pop of color, and I think it complements the overall design. You see me trimming up the acetate here. Following this, next you'll see me assemble the pieces and a little coloring of the images. I won't focus much on the coloring in this video. I wanted to really feature the shaker element, and you'll see it all come together. So for now, I'm going to let you watch a little bit of the assembly. It's going to be followed by very little coloring, and then I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. I've completed the assembly of the frame for the shaker element of the card. I completed the coloring. Next, I'm going to adhere the acetate onto the frame, but before I do that, you see me applying my anti-static powder to the inner part of the frame to prevent the shaker bits from getting stuck. I mean, we can't have a shaker card with no shake. I really felt smart when I wrote that little note down, and it's just so cheesy. Oh my God. Okay. Once I adhere the acetate to the card base, it's going to hold all the shaker bits, so you'll see that coming up. The powder just enables the bits to slide across the panel. I'd forgotten to add my glossy accents early on once I finished coloring and my Winka Stellar, so you're going to see me do that. It's going to come up soon. And from that point forward, I have to be very careful because it takes a little bit of time for the glossy accents to dry. So when I'm assembling and moving the card around, you'll see me be gentle. The liquid adhesive I use is art glitter and it dries clear, so it won't show through the seams. And I'm using my acrylic block to add pressure so it'll dry, so to make sure it sticks. I use double-sided foam tape to not only add dimension but create enough room for the bits to slide around. So you see me use a couple of layers there. I'm going to apply a little more anti-static powder to the frame after I put it on the adhesive. I'm checking just to make sure that it's framed correctly. It'll be framed correctly around the image. I pull off the backers of the tape and you'll see me apply it. Oh, well, first you'll see me realize that I didn't, oh, here it is right now. I had forgotten to put on the glossy accents and the Winka Stella. So I'm doing that now just to give a little shimmer and shine. I'm going to be very careful in my movement and management a little bit. And off camera, I think I let it dry about 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, I think I did that about 10, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. It doesn't take long for glossy accents to dry, but I did allow a little drying time so the shaker bits wouldn't get caught in the glossy accents and it wouldn't ruin it. I'm now applying a couple of layers. So I have this orange rust color layer that I'm putting on top of the card base. I then put my top panel and I'm checking to make sure that the glossy accents have dried. I applied the card panel to the orange layer and I believe that leaves, yeah, it looks like about 1/8 of an inch border on all sides. I apply my anti-static powder one last time just to make sure I get good movement of all the shaker bits. I'm adding the shaker bits, and I think they were from Recollections. I think that's how you pronounce it, right? Recollections. Um, I've had those bits for quite a while, but I just picked out the orange and I believe a little gold yellowish tones. I'm never clear on how many bits you should add for a shaker card, so I just did my best. I am applying the frame here. You'll see me shake it a little bit. I have I think a 5-second video on me, or within this video, to show you the shaker, and that's coming up now. So there you go. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate your visit and your time you spent. I have more images coming up now. Be sure to visit joyclair.com to see not only this set but the rest of the release. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye.